Imagine if black folks in diaspora from America to South America and black folks in Europe and England and Canada. Imagine if all black folks, now see, now you got the voice and you got the power for now to make things happen. That's what makes things happen, not individual, not just a couple people. They're not going to pay attention to that. It has to be a mass movement. And above all, if it happened on the African continent. I think in Ethiopia with the, what's it called? It used to be called African Unity, and they changed the name from African Union. It's, the African Union now, I think it is called. I don't know how they changed it from African Unity to African Union. And it's interesting that they paralleled that after the European Union. Okay, so that tells you there's a problem right there. That means they got their hands all down into that. And that might be one of the reasons why we see this conflicts going on in Ethiopia, because Ethiopia was trying to resolve a lot of the issues with Africa by having the African Union. Okay, and dealing with some of these issues of these foreign powers like Chinese building these dams and causing the debt on many African countries, and because of the debt, now they parroting what the Europeans did, come in and take the resources. Well, you can't pay off this debt, so let's take all these diamonds now that you got, this gold, this nickel, uranium, all this stuff that we have, these cell phones and all this stuff. If it was done for Africa, this stuff could not work. Okay? It could not work. So it's all about the war of who's going to control the resources. But until we awaken to that collectively, considering that black people are still the majority on the planet, it can make change. So it starts to make change by, educating ourselves. And then it starts to germinate, it starts to move. But it definitely can't happen if we're still trying to be the caboose of what they do. All right? Or holding on and deifying, you still can't be free. Brother Minkarah.
I'm kind of conflicted because, like, say for instance, we know that Africa has been colonized by most all the European countries, right? And now China's allowed to come in and start doing certain things. Without, normally when a European country owns a country or a territory or whatever, and somebody else comes in there, that's war. There hasn't been no wars with China, so my thing is, are they paying off these Europeans for the goods so the Europeans can also get their cut at a cheaper rate versus them coming down, setting up, getting the minerals or whatever?
Well, at first it starts with politics and political. A lot of people don't realize that the reason why Obama became president of the United States, we were just looking at it within the United States.
Right.
But Obama became president of the United States because they needed to deal with China. Now, what Bush did, Bush caused the world to hate America. Okay, so they needed something to bring up the spirit of America again. And this is where Obama come in. Keep in mind, Obama's background is the CFR, Council of Foreign Relations. So this was already planned. All right. So now what happened when he became president? All the countries that were gravitating towards China, away from the United States, start looking at America again because of Obama. And as Obama becomes president, what does he set up on the African continent? AfroCom. Now you got bases in Ghana, so you start off with proxy wars. Okay. And so you start off with these little wars that goes on, and it will appear as though the countries themselves are fighting each other, but no. That could be China and the United States. When I was in Ethiopia back in 1981, the Russians were there. Okay. 10 years later, the United States is in Ethiopia, and the Russians are in Somalia. And they were still fighting each other, but they were proxy wars using each one of those countries to do that. And that's the reason why we can't continue our educational program in Ethiopia now, because the United States is arming factions in Ethiopia, okay, to break away from Ethiopia, even though it's a democratically elected government. Okay, so this is where that problem is coming in as well. So these things, it's very wicked. We're dealing with some serious forces here, and it's all about resources. Okay, they're not fighting for nothing. They want the resources, because if Africa was to come power tomorrow, and cut off the resources to United States, Europe, and China, they could not go forward in the future.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why we have to stay in, they want to keep this narrative of us still looking towards them, okay, for our salvation. Because you're looking to somebody else for your salvation, you'll never look to yourself to help yourself. Okay? So you have this cultural welfare situation going on with us. That it ain't right unless it's white. Okay? You know, white folk, that's why I put all those white narratives up there on the screen. Because, you know, it's okay, Kwesi saying all this, okay, well, here they are. Saying the same thing. See? So, this is what we see right here. It's a chess game. It's a chess game, and generally, that chess game, you know, before it leads into a major, it's probably going to lead into a world war, to be honest with you. That's where it's leading to. Because you got one vulture, you got one hyena here coming in here, another hyena coming in there,
And
so
that's
forth.
what I was kind of alluding to.
Right.
You know, eventually the head gonna have to come off, and
Right.
you know they're gonna have to stop hiding behind the bushes and come on out and say, "Hold
Right.
on."
You see,
Here
because
we go.
see, America's mad because of the power that China has now.
Right.
See, now you got what's her name, Pelosi. What's her name? Pelosi. She's over there in Taiwan now.
Yeah.
Okay. Messing with that's messing with the Chinese now.
Right.
Okay. NATO messing with the Russians now, with the Ukraine. So this thing is leading into a major world situation here. So brothers and sisters, we're in the Kush house, and you got Sobek. Now Sobek was alive last year. Now he's his cut is right there, but his car is going on. That alligator was alive last year. They put it. Crocodile rather, not alligator, crocodile. So, again, Baba, is Baba here?
Recuerda.
But see, you know, what we do here, coming here, it starts with us having our own cultural awakening, you know, to start to take place. And hopefully this, you know, will be the pilgrimages that we continue to do. It won't stop here. So, now I call for the Baba because he generally has a little something that he does here. But I guess he's not around, huh, Jamal?
Victoria. Victoria.
I have a son.
Oh, okay. Okay, so there's some people transitioned last night here in the village. So actually the village is in mourning right now. So we're not going to do what we would normally do to the entertainment because of the mourning of those who have gone on into the ancestral realm. Okay. Yeah, we have the Galabia party. Yeah, Jamal said that he'll come to the Galabia party, and that's the Baba there. So we want to. The Baba of the Kush out this